Hey guys, welcome back. You're sitting on the Big Game Hunters podcast, exclusive to the hashtag MagnaOnAir digital network, MagnaSearchGroup.tv. Rory McMillan, Michael Flint. We're in the studio today, Mike. It's good to have you here.
Every day's a Monday.
Every day's a Monday. We wanted to bring you this topic, this show today. We want to talk to you guys, our community, our audience, on how to really ace your interview. Right? Yes. What type of questions you should be expecting, what questions are going to fire across your desk, the ones that the normal ones that you hear, the ones that are just thrown out of left field, how to answer them, how to deal with them, and what the hiring manager on the other end of the table is actually looking for when it comes to these strategic questions, to find out more about you, to find out more about why you're applying for this job, and to really get a better understanding about your background, your experience, qualifications, and why you can really add value to that company that you're looking to get into.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And before you go into that interview, just a friendly reminder, make sure you look your best. It's better to overdress than underdress. That includes the shoes. Someone's always looking at your shoes. The first thing you should be prepared for going into the interview is, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Now, this isn't a monologue. You're not up there like Jay Leno talking about everything under the sun. You're there to give your 1-minute pitch, who you are, what you bring to the party, and why they should hire you. Clearly, crisply, and succinctly.
Yeah. Tell me about yourself. Who are you? What have you done? What can you do for us? And short, precise, to the point. Don't go. Do you think it's common for people just to ramble off all through their resume?
I think the context is important as long as it's relevant to the job you're interviewing for, because sometimes within your career progression, you take different jobs that build into the next opportunity. So being able to provide a summary professionally as to why you're sitting in front of that human resource professional or the hiring manager or whoever's talking to you. Yeah, I think it's important to do that. But you're going to get into the work history. You're going to talk about what you learned, what made you a better professional. It's really just thanking them for the meeting and communicating an enthusiasm for the opportunity and why you want to join that
Perfect,
company.
but short to the point.
Short to the point. It's
right.
a 1-minute pitch. Do it in front of the mirror. This is who you are. This is what you bring to the party. And this is why you should hire me. And do it with a smile on your face.
And next one, how did you hear about this position?
Yeah, that's important. I mean, whatever the reason is, if you heard it from a friend, do the name dropping. If you are someone that's read a really interesting article in the paper and you see, hey, this company's growing, talk about it. Talk about that article. Yeah. If you did happen to find the job in an ad, you should say, hey, this is what caught my eye. Because what you want to do is you just kind of want to tie together the inspiration that got you off your ass and into that meeting and sitting there and saying, hey, I'm going to join your team.
Absolutely. How did you hear about this company? Big thing. Well, first of all, I heard about this company through all the research that I've done. I came across your position online. I looked into more about what you've done, the direction your company's going. It really piqued my interest. Yep. And that's why I'm sitting here today, because I've done X, Y, and Z that's relevant to what you're looking for. And I want to be a part of something that's innovative. I want to be a part of something that's growing, someone that's disrupting their space, someone that's setting the pace in their industry. And it's you, the candidate, to really do your background and your homework on where this company's going, so you'll have a solid answer for that, question.
And then they're going to ask you, what do you know about the company? Now, listen, you should go to the website. You should read about the organization based on what they have online. Yeah, anybody can do that. Yeah. You want to get in behind the organization and maybe do a little bit more research that's not on the website. You can put the company in the Google
I think
browser.
The mission and the objective, what the company portrays is great, but I think you want to come in there with some more ammunition. Yeah. Right? I read about a unique article online that featured your company for hitting these key accomplishments.
Or I like this product line.
I like this product line, and this product line really piques my interest and my personal values. Yep. And that's why I'm here today. And I would like to explain that to you. Don't just answer the question, but provide examples behind your question.
That's right. Or we read about you in the news. Or, I've had some professional associates that have a really strong work experience here. And they speak about the culture. Yeah. They speak about, just the people being, something that makes the company what it is today. And whatever the reason is, make sure that you're not reading off of that About Us page on the website, because anybody can.
They know that. Anyone can do that. You want to stand out. Next question that's going to come your way is, why do you want this job, right? Why do you want to work here?
And it better be impactful.
It better be impactful, yeah.
You want to tell them why you love your career and why this is a good fit. You have to have that answer nailed down. I'd like to join your organization because you have a reputation as the #1 customer service company within this particular vertical. I want to join your organization because I understand that you have a very solid track record of career progression, and the people that join your organization are able to develop themselves professionally. Listen, whatever the reason is, make sure that you can answer that question, because that can make or break the job interview right there.
Oh, absolutely. You know, the number one reason why I want this job is because I see that you guys are going in this direction, and that's where I want to go. I see that you've come out with some cutting edge technology that no one else is doing. Yep. It's innovative. It's setting the benchmark for your industry, and I want to be a part of it.
Yep.
You know, I actually know people that currently work for your company that only sings your company's praises. I love the energy. I love the culture fit. And I know that there's a heavy, strong leader sitting inside this company that's got my best interest in mind, that's only going to help my career grow, right? Because, you know, as Landon said on a previous podcast, companies are just groups of people, right? The brand's a brand, yes, but at the end of the day, companies and businesses are groups of people. Can you see yourself working and being a part of the group of people? That's why companies always want, like, you know, it's all about the fit. It's all about that person.
That's true.
Are they going to be the right person? I know here we only really hire on fit. Right, resumes, yes. Experience and qualifications, yes. But it really comes down to fit. So I want to hear from someone that says, you know, if I say, you know what, man, why do you want to do this job? Could you really see yourself coming in here each and every day and doing this?
I love that question.
Have you done this before?
If you're asked in an interview why we should hire you, that is awesome. Because if they're sitting there asking you why you should get the job,
you should get them so excited.
That's right.
About you that there's no one else that they can even think of. That you're almost getting that job after you leave that interview, right? Yeah. Don't just sit back, you know, be arrogant and, you know, come across with a different type of swagger where it's just going to piss the hiring manager off. Like, you want to come in there and get them so excited about you, right?
Your skills, your experiences, the alignment with the job description. You know, against the key hiring criteria on the job posting, what you bring to the opportunity. You should be able to marry those two things up.
Yeah. As much as why you want the job, I think it should be as, you know, why should we hire you? It's a combination of both, right?
Common.
You know, why I want this job, and here's the reasons why you should hire me for this job.
That's right.
So you want to make sure that you really get them excited. You know, you penetrate your answers. You're confident. You're articulate. You know, you're working the room. You're looking at different hiring managers when you're in there, and you really get them excited about you, what you've done, and the value that you can bring to the company. What are your greatest professional strengths? Next question. They are going to ask you, tell me about your top 3 strengths. Right.
I think that should be based on experience, though. Like when you talk about strengths, you know, it's easy to say that you know, I'm a great communicator. I have leadership skills. Well, be prepared to give an example, you know, against those strengths, because you want to tie that into something that you've done, and use an example that hopefully has progressed your career. Maybe a highlight. I just think if you're talking about your strengths and you're tying it into what you've done in your career, to me that gives a bit more substance to the fact
relevancy.
Instead of reading off a cue card that I'm a great guy, you know, I'm
hardworking, I'm loyal, I'm dedicated. Everyone says that, right? You want to say, want to say why, how, exactly, why have you done this? You know, my top 3 strengths is I'm always showing up to the office each and every morning. I'm 100% dedicated to my business, to the company, to the growth. I'm an exceptional employee when I work for a certain business, and the one thing that I can say is one of my hiring managers was, you know, they'll always say that I'm always coming in with the right attitude, the right energy. I may not be the best person, but I'm a student of the business. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to grow. I'm willing to develop, and I'm willing to work with a company to help take it to the next level.
Yep, absolutely.
Right? How much more impactful is that than saying, you know what, I'm hardworking, I'm loyal.
Not enough.
Right?
We want more.
Right? I try.
They're also going to ask you about your weakness. It's a trick question. There's two things here to keep in mind. One, they want to see how honest you are, because nobody's perfect.
Yeah. I think a lot of times too as well, Michael, when people start talking about their weaknesses, is they say, hey, you know, like they always try and turn a weakness into a positive. Is that the right thing a candidate should be doing sitting in front of a hiring manager?
I think so.
Right? Like this. I tend to take on too many things at once in order to get the job done right. Like, think about that. That's how, like, candidates start to think, is they want to come across like they're saying something, you know, a bit negative. You know, I tend to take on too many things at once, but in order to get the job done right. Right? Is that the right way to approach a question like this?
Well, first of all, I do think you should turn a negative into a positive. When I speak to candidates, I talk to them about turning something that they worked on personally and professionally to become a better person. Maybe it comes down to a technology that is been introduced to the organization, or a platform, or an ERP, or whatever it might be. So maybe you're weak on some of the new technology that comes out. So you went out and took some some courses and got some certification
Yeah.
so that you could be a better expert.
It took
in
me
this
lots.
field.
It took me more time to actually learn this product than the software than most of my team members. But I work relentlessly around the clock to develop my skills
That's right.
to get to the same level
Yeah,
that they're at.
because for some people it doesn't come as naturally as it
Yeah.
does to others, and especially that technology component. Listen, at the end of the day, if you're putting yourself into a framework of schooling and you're becoming better because you're investing in yourself professionally, and you're doing it because you want to be better, okay, it's a weakness, but it's a strength.
Absolutely. Next question you're going to get faced is, tell me about a challenging conflict you faced at work and how you dealt with it.
Not everybody, you're not going to like all people all the time, and they're not going to like you. So at the end of the day, if Betty in compliance is giving you a hard time because your paperwork is not buttoned up, you probably deserve that criticism. How do you deal with it? It's really important when you think about it because, listen, you could be having a bad day. There's other things going on in your life. Maybe it's professional or personal. You still got to deal with those interruptions that can throw you off your train of thought or interrupt your day or whatever it might be.
Yeah,
Conflict
totally.
comes in many different ways. You have to be able to answer that question.
Yeah, you have to be able to collaborate and work with people no matter what's going on in your business day or what's going on in your personal life. Step down, absorb the information, take a second, don't get emotional, and then just execute on what it is that they've asked of you and move on to the next thing.
That's right.
We're going to have to bring you another section. We're going to have to bring you a part 2 of this podcast. We are running out of time. Michael, great time, great questions, good podcast. We're going to do a part 2 on this on Wednesday. We will have a show for you early next week that continues going through a lot of these different additional questions that you will get asked in an interview. Michael, Flint, Rory McMillan, we want to continue helping as many of our audience, our community as possible.
Yep.
And we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.